Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's me Nikita helping you to come to the UK as an international student or a healthcare professional. Now I know many of y'all have reached out to me about whether you should be doing your master's program in the UK and would that help you to get better jobs in the NHS or in the private sector within the healthcare stream. And as you all know, I have completed my master's in advanced pediatric physiotherapy from UCL, that is University College London. So I feel like I'm in a good place to give you some advice, but I would always recommend that you think about all of the options for yourself. So in today's video, I'm going to be asking you some questions, and if you are able to answer these questions well, then I would recommend that you definitely go ahead and do your master's programs in the UK. So let's get right to it. So the first most important question when you think about doing your master's in the UK is, do you think that the master's program will actually be able to get you a job? Now, there are several ways in which you can obviously answer this question. The first way is opening the job descriptions and identifying if the master's degree is a relevant or a requirement to get a particular job. Now, if many of y'all are confused about where you find these jobs in the UK or where do you find NHS jobs, I'm just going to leave the link for my videos above where I've explained the entire process for it. But assuming that you have now been a physiotherapist in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, or wherever else it is, and I've worked for a while and have decided that I want to move to the UK and this is the kind of job that I'm looking for, you will now be able to go into the jobs and search the job description saying, is master's a requirement or essential requirement for these jobs? And like I've said before, that if you see a lot of band 5 roles within the NHS, they will not require a master's program. But if you look for some band 6 or band 7 roles, they will have a requirement that you would have completed a master's or an equivalent degree or attended a few courses that give you the specialization to practice in a specific field within the NHS or within the private sector. So like I said before, this is a very broad way of saying, is the master's really helpful for you in the NHS or in the UK to work as a healthcare professional? Now, the second point to consider in this question is obviously if the master's is not an essential requirement, but does it actually help you stand at a better level to get the job as compared to the 20 candidates who are going to be interviewed? Now, we know that a lot of healthcare jobs are within the shortage occupation list in the UK at the moment. But that does not mean that there are less number of candidates applying for these specific roles, especially if you are from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. We have very limited understanding of how the UK healthcare system works, and this can actually play against us. So considering that doing a master's in the UK would actually open up your scope and open up your understanding to how the healthcare system works in the UK, I would say that that would be another good idea to do it, considering if you want to settle in the UK or work in the UK in the long term. Now, the second question that I would want to ask each and every one of y'all, and that y'all should have an answer to, is what does a master's add to my learning? Now, many of y'all have reached out to me and said, oh Nikita, I've just completed my bachelor's and I want to apply for a master's program in the UK. Am I allowed to do so? And I would say yes, absolutely, you can do so. But based on my personal experience, I felt that working in India for about 2.5 years actually gave me a really good foundation to then identify what were my learning expectations or what were my learning outcomes that I wanted to achieve from my master's program. And which is why at the end of almost 2.5 years of working in Mumbai, I then realized that I wanted to pursue this particular course in this particular university because it had these certain modules. And this is again an advice that I give all of y'all out there whenever y'all ask me questions related to universities and modules and whether it's a good university for you. I would always say, look at the course content, look at the modules and see if that's what you are interested in. For example, a lot of courses in the UK, especially if you are focused on a more MSK point of view or a more ortho point of view, will have stuff related to injection therapy, like modules related to injection therapy. And if that is something that you want to do at a band 7 level, then I would highly recommend that you look for these courses. So I'm just going to leave the link above for some of these specialized modules that are available in the universities if you are interested in checking them out. But at the end of the day, just think about, is this master's program really going to help you gain more knowledge, more skills about a particular field that you are passionate about, that you want to practice in, that you want to grow in? And if the answer is yes, just go in and apply for master's programs that you think are applicable to you. Now, the third question that I think many of y'all would have already thought about, but I just want to put it out there, is how are you going to finance your program? So, for example, you know that coming to the UK will obviously have many costs associated with it. It's not only the tuition fees for the master's program, it also depends on where you stay, the living expenses, the groceries, the rent, the travel, and any additional expenses that you need to undertake for placements, dissertation, or whatever else it is that you want to do in the duration of your master's program. So when you think about a master's program, I would say always think about how you are going to finance it. And there are three broad ways that you can obviously finance it. The first is obviously having some personal funding, so personal funds or personal finances that you can use to pay the fees. The second way is obviously scholarships. Now, if you are interested in identifying more scholarships to help you get into degrees or get support for studying healthcare related programs, I'm just going to leave the link for a video that I've created. And the third way would obviously be taking education loans. But again, a word of caution: when you take education loans, I would really request you all to think about three things. The first thing is the master's program worth it? So whatever is the cost that is associated for it, are you going to be able to recover that once you start working? Once you have completed your master's program, think about what kind of roles you want to apply for. If you are going to apply for roles within the NHS, think about, are you going to apply for band 5 or band 6 roles? And at the end of the day, what is going to be your savings and what's going to be your expenses in whichever city or place you choose to live? And from the savings, you need to remember that you need to repay. So this is the third thing that I want you to think about. How are you going to repay the loan, and what's going to be the rate of interest that's going to be charged for you? Now, again, if you are confused about what are the bandings within the NHS, I've made a video on this previously that I'm just going to leave the link to right now. But always, when you take any kind of loan, and taking a loan for a master's program is a really good investment, but I would want you all to be sure about whether it's going to be good for you to take this loan and use it and repay it to advance your skills and knowledge further and help you get a job in the UK. And finally, coming down to the fourth question, and this was something that I personally thought a lot about when I was studying and when I was planning to do my master's in the UK, is what age are you and where do you want to settle in? For example, when I was looking at studying my master's in the UK, I possibly thought that I may not want to settle in the UK, or that I may want to settle in the UK. But I was at a comfortable age of around 25. Which gave me like a good outlook at, okay, I have some time to make these decisions and to decide about whether I want to or don't want to settle in the UK. So I would say that anybody between the age range of 23 to 28 is in a really good comfortable space to identify what your outcomes are from your life. So you can decide about whether you want to settle in the UK, whether you don't want to settle in the UK. And right now, because the UK gives you the option for the PSW, even if you do not get a job immediately after your master's program, I know of people who have taken up the PSW and have started working without getting a work visa. So it helps you to just get your footing within the country, especially if you want to settle in the UK. Now, a lot of people, especially those from the older age group, say from maybe 30 and early or late 30s, find it really hard to come to the UK and settle in, especially if you are looking from somebody who is, just having years of experience in India and want to settle in the UK, and you have applied for your HCPC application, you've tried to give interviews, you may have been unsuccessful and you've been wondering why, but you're also losing out on a number of years because the HCPC itself may take 6 to 8 months and your interviews may take about 6 to 8 months themselves. So you're just losing out on more and more valuable time. And I would say that if you are in this place and you are feeling quite frustrated with your decisions, then the master's program could be a way out of it, because that would ensure that you come within the UK, study for a year, apply for the PSW, and then possibly get a job. So yes, again, thinking about what age you are and how this leads to what are the outcomes or what are the expectations for your life set by you will help you decide about whether you should do a master's degree at this stage, or do you want to leave it at a later stage, or do you want to gain some more experience and apply for healthcare jobs within the UK. So yes, that's it, you guys. I really hope that this content brought you some clarity about understanding what it is you should think about when you are applying for master's programs in the UK. And if you like this content, please do not forget to hit the like button for this video. please do not forget to share this video with all of your friends, colleagues, or anybody that you know who is interested in coming to the UK as a healthcare professional. And finally, if you have any questions, doubts, feedbacks related to this video, I would really recommend that you leave them down in the comment section below, so that I will be able to get back to you and hopefully answer all of your questions like I have been doing for the past couple of months. But that's it, you guys. And if you have any more questions and would like to contact me personally, I'm just going to leave the link for my website in the description box below as well. So that's it, guys. Take care, you all. Bye.